Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and this video is going to be September homeschool favorites. So it's the middle of September and I can hardly believe we've been in school for about a month already. And it's finally cooling off here. We're getting ready to celebrate our first birthday of what we call birthday season around here. All three of my kids and myself have birthdays in the fall, and then a bunch of my nieces and nephews have birthdays in the fall. So Josiah's birthday is coming up really soon, and that to me signals that we are kind of well into our homeschool year. And it's kind of crazy to think we've already been doing this for a month. We're kind of just now starting to get our rhythm, having 3 in school, and then my youngest is a first grader this year, so you know it just progressively gets harder. My oldest is in junior high. So it's taken us a little while to find that rhythm in our homeschool, but I feel like we're like right on the cusp of getting right to where we want to be. So I have 5 things to share with you today for my September homeschool favorites. So let's start with the first one that I showed you in the intro, and that is this book called Draw 50 Sea Creatures, and it's by Lee J. Ames, and I did a little bit of research on this guy. I actually got this book as a review sample. And so I did a little bit of research on the guy, and apparently he worked for Walt Disney at one point, which I was like, oh, gave the product a little bit more credibility in my eyes, and he actually teaches now at a university. We love this book. I saw it on the review site, and my first thought was I have to pick that up because we just took our trip to Hawaii, and I figured the kids would want to do some of the drawings in this book. And they are super, super fun, very easy to follow. Lots of sea creatures, fish. Let me get out of the fish section. There's quite a few fish. There's plants in here, sharks, octopus, different types of sharks, which I thought was really cool. Instead of just saying, here, draw a shark, there's like 5 or 6 different sharks. A couple different types of octopus. And of course, I want to find you the really super cute, there's plant life. There's a really cute otter, and now I can't find him. Okay, so forget the otter. We will go back to the seahorse. Isn't that cool? So each of them have anywhere from 2, some of them, no, 4. I would say the most basic ones have 4 different steps, up to like 8 different steps, and they're sectioned off by plant life or mammals or fish or invertebrates. So there's all different types of creatures in here. I thought this was really fun and very easy to follow. I don't remember the recommended age, but I would say about 9 and up, because some of these are a little bit complex. Even though the steps are easy to follow, they can get a little frustrating because there is a lot of detail. He'll take you into some pretty in-depth detail on these drawings. Very fun. We've been enjoying that one. Something that has found lots of life, and I've probably done a million videos about the Magic Treehouse series. I'm sure I've said everything there is to say about this series, but my kids love them. They love them when they start getting into those first chapter books, and right now my first grader is absolutely enjoying them. I would say they're written at about a 2nd grade level, sometimes a 3rd grade level. I was looking to see if this one was labeled. No, but I would say a 2nd grade, maybe early 3rd grade level, but he is absolutely loving these, and a lot of them are historical. So for me, we'll get in the middle of a history lesson and he'll say, wait a minute, I read that book, and that's what it was about. So these are really great first chapter books. Classic. Mary Pope Osborne, you can't go wrong with any of her books. So check those out if you've got a beginning reader. These are a lot of fun, and we have a bunch of them. A couple years ago, my mom picked up a bunch of these VeggieTales books, Values to Grow By, and each one has some sort of an object lesson or a character trait to learn about. Larry and the Golden Gumballs, this one is a lot about like ego and telling the truth and giving credit where credit's due. Tale of the Two Sumos, this one was a lot about thinking about others and doing selfless acts for others. The Half-Hearted Viking, of course this one is all about doing your best work, working as unto the Lord. These are hardcover, so they've lasted a long time. I believe we've had these about 5 or 6 years, and they're all in really great shape. You can find them used on Amazon. I don't think they publish them anymore, but the used ones you can find for a really great price. We have about 30 of them, and the kids love reading them together. And then at the very end of each one, there is a scripture verse at the end of each one. If you are proud, you will fall. So there's a scripture verse to illustrate each of these stories. These are well worth looking into, especially if you can find them for a great price, because they're really good quality. So go on Amazon, try to find the used ones. Totally worth the money. The next thing, a lot of people hauled these over the summer, and I don't think they're in the store anymore, but you might try. It's a United States felt map. It took our Target a long time to get these. So just check. You never know. They might just be showing up in your stores with the back to school stuff. And it's a felt map, and it's got all these different little like landmarks that you can add to your map. And there's a key as well. Otherwise, some of these I wouldn't have known myself. But there's like, I don't even know what this is called. It's the Arc in St. Louis. And there's the Liberty Bell and the Alamo, of course, Texas. Lots of prayers sent out to Texas right now with all that they are dealing with. So there is a key that comes along with it. Let me see if I can figure out how many pieces there are. I know there's not 50. Oh, and there's a star that says I live here. So the kids love to take this out. It's actually really good quality. I was surprised what good quality it was, and it has the pieces that you can put on all the states, and then they learn more about sites in the states. You could actually even use this, I think, in a geography curriculum where you could learn about where the different sites are and then spend some time researching or watching documentaries on that site, the history of that site. I think would be a great geography lesson to use with this map. So definitely, I think this was $3. So if there's any of them still floating around, or if you can find a friend to borrow one from, this was a lot of fun. And we're enjoying it. This was another review item that I wasn't really sure about. My family really likes to do Scrabble, particularly my husband and my daughter. I get frustrated with Scrabble. It's not my favorite game. So when I ordered this, I thought, can I really do a review on this one? Because this was a review item. But when it came, I thought, okay, I'll sit down and play it with my daughter. It is so much fun. It's called Reword A Ball. Very similar to Scrabble, and yet kind of has its own thing going on as well. Recommended for ages 8 and up. You get playing cards, and the hardest part about them is they're just not easy to hang on to. They come in pink, blue, or yellow. So blue only has 1 letter, pink has 2, and yellow has 3. And then you also have some in the middle that you can kind of steal or use to create a word. Each time you have a turn, you're trying to create a word from the cards in your hand, and you can use the ones that are called the pool as well. So you're creating as many words as you possibly can. The other thing that's going on is you have these tokens in the middle of the board. So if you create a word using pink and yellow cards, you get to steal this token, and you get points for that. Yellow and blue, 8-letter words, 4 card words. They go on and on. If you create a word using all 3 colors, cards from all 3 colors, that's worth so many points. At the end, when somebody can no longer create words, it takes one more turn around the board, and then you count up points. Points work as 1 point for blue cards, because there's 1 letter, 2 points for pink cards, 3 for yellow, and 4 for a token. So you also want to earn those tokens because they're the highest point value of the game. And then that's how you do your scoring. I wasn't sure I was gonna like this, but I love it. It's actually a lot more fun to me than Scrabble is, and I think it's because there's the tokens and the letters in the pool that I can use, and my 8-year-old daughter is addicted. It's a little bit difficult for her. Oh, she's 9. She's 9. How did that happen? It's a little bit difficult for her to put the words together, but of course she's 9, and she actually, the last time I played this with her and my husband and I, she beat us both. So I don't know. I think I've got a Scrabble addict there. This has been a lot of fun for learning new vocabulary and new words in our homeschool. So those are my 5 homeschool favorites for the month of September. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what are some of your homeschool favorites. Also, check the description box down below. This video is part of a collaboration with Abby at Full-Time Wife Life. She is in Florida right now dealing with Hurricane Irma, and so I don't know when her favorites video will be up, but hopefully prayers for them that they're weathering the storm well, and that we will have a playlist soon. So check out all those videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.